Well, today is the day! Yay! I am going to finally color my hair pink. Woo! I am so excited. I'm slightly nervous. Like, we tested out the pink color before deciding to do my whole head, and I like it, but it's like I'm still nervous that doing the entire head I'm gonna hate it. But I think I'm gonna love it. It's gonna be great. And yeah, I'm finally doing it. After being on this earth for 30 years, I am finally coloring my hair for the first time. And I've always wanted to color my hair pink. I think the first time I wanted to color my hair pink was in high school, but never did it, and now we're finally doing it. So yeah, so enjoy the video. So while you are watching me go through this process of coloring my hair, I thought I could have a quick chat with you about why, after all this time, I finally got around to doing this. As I mentioned earlier in the video, I have always wanted to color my hair pink, but I never got around to doing it. There are many reasons for that, but that is not what I want to get into right now. This pink hair is symbolic for a recent breakthrough I made in my emotional healing process. As many of you know, I have been working on major physical healing from Lyme disease and other related conditions over the past decade. But I don't think I have talked much about my journey with emotional healing on my channel. To briefly summarize, I am a codependent, which means I have a tendency to have unhealthy attachments to people in an attempt to gain approval and increase self-worth. There is more to being a codependent than this, but this is the part of the definition that relates most to the story. I have been working through this emotional baggage with an online counseling program for a couple of years now, and I have really come a long way. I am actually quite proud of myself. But what recently re-sparked the desire for pink hair was reading the book It Didn't Start With You by Wolynn. This book basically talks about how family trauma can be carried into the next generations unwittingly. While reading this book, I remembered a story that my mother told me about my maternal grandmother. For context, my grandmother was born around the 1920s. My grandmother's mother died when she was very young, and since her father could not take care of her, she was shipped off to be raised by relatives in the country. So basically, she never had relationships with either her mother or her father.
I could imagine how she was feeling during this time. Unwanted, unloved, and unworthy. Words I know well. Well, fast forward to the 1960s when my mother was born. She was fortunate enough to be raised by her own parents as she grew. However, I remember my mother telling me that my grandmother was not confident in her abilities to be a mother, which makes sense because my grandmother had no relationship with her mother. Now I'm just speculating at this point because my mother never talked about this, but it would make sense that my grandmother's insecurities were passed down to my mother. My mother probably at some point felt unwanted, unloved, and unworthy. Words I know very well. Well, fast forward again to the 1990s when I was born. I was also fortunate enough to be raised by my own parents while I grew. However, from a very young age, I felt disconnected from my mother. I felt that I was never good enough for her, so I ended up seeking approval from my school teachers and as I got older, from romantic pursuits. But I ended up being disappointed by school and by romance. So I still felt unwanted, unloved, and unworthy, just like my grandmother and probably just like my mother. So as you can see, there was a pattern of family trauma that was passed down to me from my grandmother. So as the book title says, it did not start with me. And when I processed all this personal history and truly realized that it did not start with me, it was like an amazingly heavy weight was lifted off my shoulders. I felt lighter, and more importantly, I felt free. Free from the frustration of not being my true self, and free from the anger I had towards my mother. And with this amazing breakthrough, I truly felt like I could live as my own person. I felt like I could finally push forward in life, an amazing feat for a healing codependent. So as a symbolic gesture to this major healing milestone, I finally decided to color my hair pink. And here we are.
What do you think, guys? I absolutely love it. You can definitely tell more outside in the car, and now that it's fully dried, oh my goodness, I absolutely love it. It's not super obvious. My hair is a medium brown, so I knew it wasn't going to show up like crazy but this is definitely perfect, and Sam approves, so win, double win. So yeah, but yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope it's helpful for any of you out there. And yeah, I'm just going to enjoy this pink color, and hopefully I can maintain it and keep this color for a good bit of time. And maybe I'll do another color another time. Who knows? I'm so excited. I love it.